Yes Theory just came out with a video called Surviving in China with $0 for 24 hours.
And as a traveler myself, I have to ask, why would anyone ever do this? Did they do it on purpose, or did something go horribly wrong?
We're in China, and our arrival was stressful.
Turkmenistan is the one you were worried about. China's the one I've been worried about.
I'd never been so intimidated by a place before. At the airport, we got searched, pulled into a questioning room, and through several security checkpoints. Needless to say, we were seriously on edge.
So it's starting to look like it's going to be like they've lost access to their money somehow.
I decided I would drop both of my friends, Staffan and Matt, off to survive in Shanghai with $0 for 24 hours, relying on strangers in China for shelter.
Disregard. It's going to be a gimmick video.
Yeah, dude. In China, where we've been struggling with communicating with people.
Wow, I did not see that coming at all.
We wanted to force Staffan and Matt into interacting with as many locals as possible. To do so, we devised a list of challenges for them to complete throughout the day that earns them small amounts of cash for food and water. Housing, however, will have to be found at a local stranger's house.
Okay, that was a twist I wasn't expecting. They're not going to be begging the locals for money, but rather they're going to do challenges to get to know the locals and then earn money. And they're going to be earning money from the Yes Theory group. Like, I'm not really familiar with them, but it looks like there's a bunch of guys that travel together to make these videos. I don't know any of their names. Okay. It basically sounds like a scavenger hunt, which is way different than not having any money and surviving in a city. Learn a local song, compliment somebody's outfit, sing a song to a stranger, dance in the street, try a strange local street food, and there's a caveat, you can pay for it. So one, obviously they do have cash. So I think it could yield really amazing results, actually, really amazing experiences that the average person wouldn't normally have while traveling. This could be really cool. I don't fully understand the housing part, having to live in a local stranger's home. That part confuses me. I don't know how that will be like executed.
It was Amar's idea for you guys to do it together, so we're gonna call him first.
It looks like the guy in the blue shirt is leaving Yes Theory, like the group or the channel, and doing other things. And so this is like his last hurrah. The guy in the black shirt is a relatively new member to Yes Theory, so it's like an initiation for him. So it sounds like this is a game that they've played before, probably in other countries.
I want to send you guys out, like, show the world that we don't have to fear each other.
That is so beautiful and accurate. Having traveled my entire life, that's the one life lesson, the biggest life lesson that I've gotten, especially right now. We live in such a polarized world where our opinions and our activities and our sense of identity is either good or bad, right or wrong, them or us, safe, unsafe. We view things at these polar opposite, these extremes. It's almost like people don't understand the huge spectrum of normal that's in between those extremes. I've really never lived anywhere more than 4 years, especially consecutively. But yeah, no matter the titles we give people and the labels we put on people, most people are centrists, even if they say they're not. And we're not as different from each other as we think we are. So I do love the message that Amar, I think his name is, mentions in this clip.
I think the key would be to maybe find the first challenge and get money to buy like a coffee and a matcha.
Okay. Nothing wrong with wanting
we
coffee.
have a challenge that I think we could do. Dance in the middle of a busy street like no one is watching. I don't know, I just get this constant feeling that I shouldn't be disruptive. We already stand out so much and I am afraid to stand out even more.
The standing out so much, yeah.
Hello everyone. We're gonna do a little dance performance over here if people wanna watch. Welcome. Show in 5 minutes if you wanna come. It's a dance show.
我听不懂，你讲中文。
Like Deutsch like a dance. Like we do like this. Bum, ba-dum, bum, ba-dum.
I don't remember this guy's name, but at least in this clip, he's not explaining what he wants or what I don't know what he wants. Is he wanting to, it looks like he wants to dance with other people, which was not necessarily the challenge, although, up for interpretation. But so as an English speaker, I'm confused with what he's trying to do. So obviously, if you don't speak the language, then it'll be even more confusing. But it's a challenge. It's hard to do. You're gonna it's going to be weird.
I think this is legal, right?
You got this, baby. I believe in
So
you. I
they-
believe in you.
Thank you.
They keep talking about police officers, like they're afraid of the police officers. Police officers are stopping them. I've never been to Shanghai, and so I'm not familiar with, I guess, what the cultural norm is. The guy in the blue shirt says he doesn't want to cause a distraction. Is the consensus that in Shanghai causing a disruption in and of itself, like being loud and obnoxious, let's say, is cause for arrest or something? Is that like, 'cause I'm curious, let me know if you know. It seems unnaturally concerned with police presence.
Sure.
Go for
Counting
it.
down.
3, 2, 1. Good.
Matt, save me, Matt. I can't save you, I can't save you. Then it's the grande finale.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Okay, we should be going.
Yeah.
If you want a coffee, you gotta do whatever you gotta do. That when the police came up as well. But I think we handled it good, right?
Yeah.
A little smile.
They just said, like, literally just said, get out of the way. Like, I think it was a good test with the police.
Dancing around, obviously he's not a professional dancer, or he's really good at pretending not to be a professional dancer. But either way, this feels more natural to me. He's not coercing the locals to participate in a thing that he's doing. He's just dancing, which is drawing a certain number of people to watch him. So this interpretation of the challenge is a good twist. The more I think about it, again, this is like a college prank. The first time you do something you've never done before, we're probably going to mess up. We're probably going to do it in not the best way. I'm glad I continued watching it because I thought about not watching. I don't like watching over and over again, but I do like that he started kind of awful. Like, I could see good intent, but it was just execution was bad. And, you know, moments later, he's changed his tactic. He's learned a different way to interact, if you will. He's being the entertainment. He is the one doing the activity, and other people can choose to watch him or not, trying to pull people in to his, you know, world. So good second attempt at this challenge.
Okay, Matt, to overcome the fear of police we have here, I'm gonna challenge you to take 3 selfies with 3 police officers.
Wow, this is just instantly nerve-wracking. It just does this thing to my stomach.
Perfect next challenge, because they're unnaturally, it feels unnaturally paranoid about the police. Taking a selfie, that could be translated a couple of horrible ways. So let's see how this guy interprets taking a selfie.
Let's go make friends with the cops.
Nice.
Okay, yeah, he's asking for permission to take photos. This is a great way to do it. The cops don't look particularly happy, but they are giving permission to have the picture taken, so yeah. Is this how you get to know locals? I don't know, but okay. That was awkward.
So now we're gonna go ask people if we can stay in their homes. Stefan really wants to ask elderly people if we can stay in their homes, so we're gonna try and see if they're down.
It was so nice to be tucked to bed by like an old Chinese man. Like,
He wants to be tucked in bed by an old Chinese man? What was the purpose of that statement? We're gonna put that under gimmicky.
Trying to survive in Shanghai for 24 hours with no money. Yes. So this is our challenge. And right now we're looking for lunch. So I don't know how to ask for this, but are you guys getting lunch somewhere?
If
by any
you
chance?
have something, I can buy.
whoa!
You want to walk somewhere together?
No.
No. Okay. All good.
Nice.
Nice to meet you.
Yes, thank you.
It's hard to ask. I just feel bad asking.
So here's what I find interesting in that dialogue, that conversation. A little bit of chit chat, you know, silliness vibe, telling the guy what the challenge is, which, by the way, I love that. I love the integrity of telling people why you might need help, because they could have easily been like, oh, somebody stole my wallet, you know, have pity on me. And so the blue shirt guy is asking, like, Are you going to lunch anywhere? This man translated that as, can you feed me? So he offered.
If you have something I can buy.
Being told that, he got uncomfortable. He didn't he did not want somebody to just buy him food. He wanted to make a friend who would buy him food. Like, I get it, but it's asking a lot. He didn't accept it. It looked like he let the guy go because even though the guy offered to buy them food, which would feed them, he didn't accept. So you can feel the awkwardness that I think his name is Matt, but you can feel the awkwardness that he's going through. He's got a bigger ask, which is going to be harder to fulfill. But I kind of like that he didn't let the guy pay for the sake of paying. Like, he wanted an exchange of some sort of friendship, right? And he just didn't know how to say it. And honestly, how would you say it? How would you say, I just met you on the street, let's be friends, and can you buy me food? Like, that's a weird, unnatural ask. So he got uncomfortable. I think that's logical. Yeah.
What's going on here? Can you hear the sound of that? That's you and me joining
The party.
Hello. Yo, very good, very good. I think we just walked into some local dance tradition. I have no idea, but I'm loving it.
Very nice.
Yeah, very nice.
希望他们经常来玩。
He said hope they come to play often.
Wow. Can I touch it? Touch?
Yes, yes.
Touch. Wow. Wow, man, it's real.
Wow, 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 wow. I never thought I'd say this, but I freaking love China.
Initially, my personal instinct was to really hate that they interrupted what looked like a street performance, right? Like, are they interrupting this group's ability to make money? Do the locals feel like they're being made fun of? Looking at what they recorded, everyone seems like they're smiling. Everyone seems like they're having a great time. Maybe they're faking it. I don't know. But it seems like it's not upsetting for the locals. And so here's my assumption. Again, I don't actually know any of these guys. Like, I'm hoping that the guys can read the room. And so while they're trying kind of weird things, they are being disruptive, right? Interrupting a street performance. And maybe there's deleted scenes that would show this. But either way, in this scene, I'm assuming that if they would have felt a resistance, a negative reaction from the street performers or the audience watching the street performers, I feel like these two probably would have left. They probably would have been like, okay, clearly this is not the time to interrupt. And they would have probably left. But I think the fact that we see them interacting for, a few minutes at least, dancing, interrupting, conversating, touching people's mustaches. The impression I now get is the locals, but specifically the street performers, appreciated it. They didn't mind it. It's an awkward premise, right? It's an awkward premise to interrupt a street performer in the way that they did. But I mean, I think it's kind of undeniable that the environment, the audience, as well as the performers seem to be smiling and laughing, not just the two guys, but the locals. So I wouldn't have expected it, but they obviously did a great job. They did a great job.
In order to get food, I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna ask if they need any dishwashing services.
We don't have any dishes.
Keep on going, man. Keep on going.
So in exchange for food, we were wondering if we could work for you for a little bit. Yeah.
Yes. Wow.
They got someone to say yes.
Amazing.
Wow. Chef, thank you so much.
Are they getting their food first?
Jensen.
Before they work?
Jensen, thank you so much.
Take a seat.
Yes.
Wow, thank you.
That's striking. I would never have thought that they would feed them before the work was done. And they're letting them be a waiter now.
What do I say?
你好，小笼包。
This is unbelievable to me.
Ni hao. Shalom bao.
I really want
This
to
is,
ask
one of
this
our
Jensen
specialties,
guy
and I hope you will
why
like it.
he said yes. So I'm assuming they're just delivering the food because they don't understand.
Matt?
That's what I'm assuming. Because otherwise, how did they get the order right? I'm just all kinds of confused right now.
Matt?
For a home tonight? A home to sleep? Did you have a home tonight for us to sleep in?
I know they're on a mission, but guys, it's already fantastic that this restaurant owner or manager is letting you work there for food that he fed you first. It's already fantastic. Now you're going to proposition the customers to let you stay at their home. So Matt is taking advantage of this opportunity with people around them to ask. Maybe he feels more legitimate because he looks like he's a worker there. So he's like, oh, this might be a great time. I don't know, but I think it's an awful time. And then as he's asking, Stefan, he's laughing while recording it. Are you kidding me? At this point, they're fired. They're going to be asked to leave.
You are the partner.
We're washing dishes now, guys. We're in the back, so nobody can see you. Good compromise, Jensen. Good compromise.
Night, so we can stay at someone's home.
Oh, I don't think I'm the right person.
Try again.
Oh.
Yeah. Strange Americans recording us and wanting to go into our home. Smile
Would you
and
be willing to
nod.
host us? Yes, but would it be possible in your home?
Try again.
I'm worried if these guys are actually going to sleep on the street. I don't know what time of year. Like they're not wearing jackets or anything, so I'm assuming it's not that cold. But I don't know if you're allowed to sleep on the streets in Shanghai either. But there's like a phrase, 1,000 no's before you get to a yes, something like that. So the more you ask, the higher the chance, I suppose.
14 yen left.
They keep saying yen, and it is the same symbol. It looks like the same symbol as the Japanese yen, but I don't think China uses the yen. And so it's a little confusing when they keep saying yen.
To find not only someone with the right energy, but also someone with the right space, and also someone who's willing to say yes. Especially the later it gets, the harder it gets.
Ni hao.
And I'm going to throw this out there. I don't think I could ever do what they're doing. I don't think women would necessarily have a harder time. Like I've met many travelers, obviously, as I travel, and especially in recent years, I've met a lot of, I'm going to use the word like couch surfers, people who are willing to stay at people's homes and such. So I know even women can do it. I just don't know if I can do it. And is it because I feel introverted? Is it because it feels weird to pretend like I don't have enough money to even pay for a matcha?
Do you have any plans tonight?
Tonight we maybe have a Chinese tea ceremony tea with our friends.
I think you definitely have to be in a place that understands English for this, and or you have to understand the local language, because comms is so important.
We are on a challenge right now. We are traveling in Shanghai for 24 hours with no money, and we're just asking for the kindness from strangers. And the final test is actually that the two of us stay over at someone's home or someone's apartment. So we're looking like if there's some space on the floor, like we're very easy people.
So I don't know if they didn't do it in other clips, but I like in particular that they're telling them the truth.
But we're looking if someone would be like maybe open to host us.
Oh yeah, but
内地工作是可以，但是家里录音。
yeah. If
Yeah.
you want to spend a night, we can. It's an office studio,
Yeah.
so it's a
My
yeah.
studio.
You have understood?
I mean,
And for exchange, what you can offer to us?
That's a good question.
Great question. What do we get in return? What's the exchange? They got one. They got one. I think the integrity mattered. Obviously, being able to speak English, being able to communicate with each other really well, so then you can develop a certain amount of trust when you can understand each other. Yeah, and they met fellow travelers. They met people who understood a little bit of the lifestyle, maybe. Like, I think this is epic. How do you accidentally find this perfect?
Project is a material samples. Wow.
This is so cool. And they get to participate in a ceremony and meet other people participating in this. So they're truly learning the history, the culture, and then the kindness of these locals. Like, all of this is epic. My mind is completely blown. I've traveled enough to have met a lot of generosity in strangers. Certainly not in this kind of scenario, but just in real life. Needing, wanting, whatever, and having those needs be filled by really incredible people. So while it's a very extroverted way to engage in the world, but also maybe worth it. Obviously, I wouldn't do all the things that they're doing. I'm a different person. I'm going to interpret things differently, but wow. I'm floored at the results and the experience. And I'm sure it doesn't always end this way, but how awesome is this? I think it's great that they had two people doing this together because there is safety in numbers. I love the execution of this. The premise of this made me nervous, as I said, but the execution, The execution was excellent.
Yeah.